Can you really have a good life if you don't have enough money? I just really want to know. There are things that are holding us back from achieving real wealth, and today I'm going to give you 5 things to look out for if you want to build real wealth. Number 1, high interest debt. And listen, here's the thing. I know that most people say they have a credit card for emergency situations, but oftentimes we get these credit cards and we use them for just unnecessary reasons. I remember in high school I got a Macy's credit card, and I used to say that I'm going to pay the balance off every month so that it doesn't accrue any interest. And I did that for a very long time, but then every Christmas, magically, all of a sudden my balance would get up to $1,000 around Christmas time. It's at zero now, but it's always so easy for that balance to just creep on up. And I know we get the 20% discounts, and it's like, well, I'm doing this because I get a discount on my clothes, and you know, it's worth it. But here's the thing. The average interest rate for a Macy's credit card is like 30%. Macy's credit card interest rate is 30%. Now, Macy's cards do give you a grace period where if you pay the balance off in 25 days, you won't accrue any interest if you paid the balance off in full. However, if you do carry a balance, the interest is compounded daily. So that interest rate, you're gonna owe for both the principal and any interest that you've already accumulated on top of that. So the 20% discount you're getting is actually not a discount after you figure in 30% interest rate, the interest compounded daily on the principal and the interest. You're paying more than the person that doesn't even have the credit card. Now, this of course is if you are carrying a balance. So if you have your card and you're paying it off within that 25 grace period day, then when you get your 20% discount, you actually are getting the discount. And guess what? When you go to the Macy's counter and they give you the brochure and they say, would you like to get a credit card today? How about the rates are changing so quickly that when they give you that brochure, by the time you fill out your application, they send you the card, the actual rate could be higher than what it was when they gave you that brochure. And don't be fooled. You may be enticed by seeing 0% interest in fine print for the first 6 months or for the first year, and after that, 30%. And let's not just talk about the late fees that are charged that add on to that balance. So it's easy when you have high interest debt to put yourself in a situation where you're creating a blockage from building real wealth. Number 2, people are gonna get mad at me for saying this, but having kids before you are prepared to. Yes, children are a blessing from God. However, if you have them before you're ready and not fully understand the financial responsibility that comes with that, that can be something that really does stop you from building true wealth. And I know, oh, you're never ready to have children financially, but some people don't really understand the financial responsibility that comes with having children. It's the difference between being intentional about being prepared financially to have children and just saying, oh, you look good, let's have a baby. No. Say that, but be prepared financially when you say that. Many people fail to realize that your child is dependent on you and you're spending money before they even get here, doctor visits, going to have checkups, possibly medication. And then when the child is born, you're spending money on their clothing and to feed them. So that's an expense that you really need to think through and really understand. And understand if you're ready for that right now. And if not, then you prepare yourself to do so, because if you don't and you get into that situation, you don't realize how expensive it can be, and that can be something that really does hold you back from building wealth. Imagine you're pregnant or your partner is pregnant and you can enjoy that process. You don't have to worry about the stress of finances because you've thought about that ahead of time and you've set yourself up and you've understood that responsibility. So you can enjoy your pregnancy and not have to worry about those things and really just enjoy time throughout all of the different trimesters of it and when your baby comes. But if you don't understand the financial responsibility and you're swimming in debt and you don't have any savings, are you really giving that child a good chance? You know, children are the future. So before you decide it's time to have kids, understand how much money you have put aside and if it's enough money to take care of a child. And remember that that child is your responsibility, and many of the responsibilities and parental duties will require money. Number 3. Pursuing too much formal education can hold you back from building wealth. Come on now. You know, 2 bachelor's degrees a master's degree, a doctorate degree, all with no scholarships, all student loan debt. Ask yourself, do you really need all of that, and is it going to give you more money? You get educated enough to secure the income that you need. Does 5 degrees mean that you're gonna get paid 5 times as much? Or does it mean that you're gonna have 500 times as much student loan debt? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm joking about that part of it, but seriously, get the education that you need to get the income that you need. Number 4, I'm probably gonna upset another person, but thinking that you have to be lucky to be wealthy. Focusing on luck and not seeing wealth as attainable in a practical way. Instead, hoping on a wish and a prayer by gambling or praying to God that you buy the winning lottery ticket. And listen, I have a friend who might be watching this video and frowning his face up at me. I'm not saying not to play the lottery for fun when it gets high and you think about what you're gonna do with the money. I'm just saying, don't make that your strategy for getting wealthy because you think you have to be lucky to get rich. Most of the richest people in the world come from humble backgrounds and they put in the hard work to get to where they are today. Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Smith. Luck. I remember when I was in high school and I came downstairs from my room, I came downstairs into the kitchen and my mom would have these affirmations on a dry erase board, or sometimes she would have them on a bulletin. And this particular time, she had an affirmation that said, when opportunity meets preparation, we win. And that's the only definition of luck that I know, is when opportunity meets preparation. Number 5 thing to look out for that is holding you back from not building real wealth, and that is not using your gifts and talents to sell yourself. How do you do that? This means that you're using your gifts and talents so that others see your value and your worth. Every successful person has understood the value of being able to sell themselves. For example, job interview. They want to know what you can do for the company. You have to be able to convince them of your value in order to get the job. Or you have a business, but you're not marketing your services to others. We all know people who are gifted and talented that are not in a good place financially, respectfully, because some of us don't know how to sell our value. This is why some of the richest people in the world are not the smartest people in the world, but they understand how to convince people to see their value and do business with them. So you're saying, how can I develop this skill to sell myself? First, understand your gifts, your talents, and your skills. And then focus on telling the organization, the client, the end user, how it can either solve a problem for them or make their life easier. 5 things: high interest debt, having kids without understanding the financial responsibility, too much formal education, thinking that you have to be lucky to get rich or become wealthy, and not understanding and knowing how to sell yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video.